Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome us back. I guess we're here again. Kind of a weird thing. Real quick, we'll touch on. Technically, we are recording episode 6, but it may be episode 5. We're not sure. That one was the first time that we felt we didn't really have a good cohesiveness between us, and we kind of fell off the rails a couple of times. We'll see if we can salvage it with high editing. At the very least, I think we can chop it up and provide some short form stuff.
Well,
and
what's going to keep us on the rails?
Oh, geez. I mean, we're always off the rails. Riding this crazy train, brother.
There it is.
There it is. So cheers. Here we are. We, speaking of which, we're going to try real hard tonight to keep this lively because it is 10 after 9 and we are just now starting to record.
Oh, my goodness.
Usually, we're ready to go by 7:20, 7:25 once we lock the doors, shut the shop down. But tonight was a technical nightmare. So I am like totally putting on my fake salesperson voice and ready to ride this rail. So here we are. Thanks for joining us once again. So let's see. I actually have notes off camera here for the first time, too. Whoa. Yeah, I know that made James a little happy. So, first thing, shop's been crazy. I mean, we've had some weirdly slow days, a couple here and there kind of peppered in. But overall, it's high traffic right now.
Well, even the slow days, really what's slow is sales, and we're still getting stuff through the front door.
Oh, we're buying like crazy. We keep talking about this. It just seems to keep going up.
And some of those days are days where you're off-site.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going out a lot right now. At least 1 to 2 days a week. I'm going out. I'm taking my day off, or I'm going out when we have accurate, appropriate coverage here at the shop. That, we're not just leaving one soul here to defend the castle. I'm going out and I'm looking at all kinds of stuff. And luckily, I'm having more wins than not. Like when we go out, I'm not coming back empty-handed. We do have some weird stuff that, it doesn't work out. I think we might have touched on, like one. I don't know if we talked about this. And, guys, we will figure this out as we are actually releasing these episodes. Well, and we're watching what we talked about. I hope we're not repeating ourselves. But,
it's hard to talk about stuff that they're not going to see for a few weeks.
Sure. Right. And we'll figure that out and make it a little cleaner as we keep going. Again, like I just opened this is a learning process for us. We are figuring this out as we go. And luckily we have a nice support team that's helping us. And I think we're on the right path at this point. But, a couple months ago, I went and I looked at a collection, and this is when I say we have more wins than not. Sometimes the knots are you go and you look at a collection and the guy's like, well, I know I wasn't going to get anywhere near this, but I thought it was worth $75,000. And I'm like, sorry to burst your bubble, buddy, but there's not $16,000 retail here. Right. I don't know what you're looking at. And I think we did touch on that when we were talking about the collector's apps and people putting things in and they're getting graded prices and, near mints and all this stuff and the gentleman's agreement. So we'll let that one go to bed. We are making more changes here in the shop. We just ordered another 6 lockable display cases.
Hell yeah.
So what that changes is it is shifting for those that have been into the shop. It's shifting where you might have found comics and other things in certain areas of the store. Now they're in different spots, and we have more cases where we can lock things up and keep people's dirty little fingers out for them.
We were already ahead of the game on that and threw everybody for a loop just by moving the 50 centers out of the Star Wars room.
And the sets.
And the sets aren't even in there now. Yeah. So I don't think there was as many people looking for the sets as the 50 centers. The 50 centers is a pretty popular game, but I think no one has complained even remotely when they went over there to that other side and said, oh, my goodness, there's so many more.
Well, there's 3 times as many than you've ever had out. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
And all I saw was distress in their face, realizing that there was no way they were going to be able to flip through all of them, where before they at least had a chance in a day. Now they walk over there and go, oh, damn.
Well, yeah, if you think, the average is somewhere between, depending on the age of the book, in those raw 2 fur dollars, no bag, no board, $3.50 to $5.50. 550 comics in a single box. And now that there's, let's see, real quick math would tell me about 90 boxes sitting over there, maybe.
Gosh, is there that?
70, maybe? I don't know. So it is. It's a lot to go through. Just like our dollar books. Like, there's a lot of stuff. So, yeah, we're adding more display cases. We're going to light them just like the other ones we've already made. Many people have noticed our video game room has changed, quote unquote. We call it the video game room, unlike the old Star Wars room, which is no longer really the Star Wars room.
It is, but
yeah,
it's Star Wars plus.
Yeah. There was a time where we had an abundance of Star Wars, and it just kept coming and kept coming. Last year, everybody was dumping their Black Series, their retro collection, all that stuff.
Sure.
We kept getting so much of that. And for 3 years, we just kept, that room was the Star Wars room.
Well, part of what happened, I think, is we stopped putting some of the lesser figures on the wall. We didn't give the same amount of space to the stuff that isn't moving, and it's the same stuff everybody's got all across the country.
Which led us to wholesales, all the Power of the Force.
POTFs. Yeah.
All that, those re-releases where everybody got good and jacked up and liver kinged out and all that stuff. Yeah. So, those figures, for the most part, there are some gems in that collection, line. But for the most part, nobody's buying
Slave Leia always sells.
There's
POTF, Slave Leia always sells.
Always. In any line from Star Wars.
Leia always sells, yes.
We had the Black Series 3 3/4, right? 3 3/4 Black Series, the small.
Yeah.
I think we bought 6 of them from one guy,
and
every time we put them out, they were just gone.
Oh no! Well, that one set of multiples of Slave Leia we had was the full 6-inch series.
We had that one as well. Yeah.
And that was one of those things people come in and be like, that one's been up on the wall for a minute. You want to give me a discount?
Nope. I have 15 of them. So here we are. This is what you're paying.
Yeah.
And one guy was like, finally, one guy bought 3 of them and said, how many more do you have? I was like, I'll go see. And we pulled 4 more out of the back room, I think. It was a couple maybe, and he bought them. Actually, in all honesty, I think when it got to that point, we had one more. He bought it. We bought 2 at that time.
Well, yeah, they're gone now.
They're all gone. Changes. And I mean, this is going to be a reoccurring thing. We are at the point where we talked about buying, we talked about changes and how we're shifting, and a lot of what we're doing is trying to make the space that we're stuck in for the next 2 years. Hopefully, we're able to get out and get our own building at larger floor plan, because our sales floor alone is 2,600 square feet, and if we could do double that, we will fill it fast,
right,
and not have a worry.
We could do it right now.
Right now. I mean, well, it take us some prep time. We have the product.
We might have to buy some more displays,
possibly,
to display all of it. But merchandise,
we got the merch. Yeah, it's ridiculous. We have about 1,400 square foot crammed, a couple of off-site storage units crammed. We're running out of space. We are literally tripping over stuff in the back room. Again, think we might be rehashing that from the past, but
maybe
what we are doing is just trying to elevate the space that we do have,
yes.
That works best for us and gives us the best return, and also allows us to put the best stuff out for our customers and make it accessible. So we got that. Let's see. looking at my off-screen notes, guys. So what came in? Again, we've been buying so much. Yes, but bought a very decent size, respectable WB studio store exclusive collection this week.
And how long has it been since those stores shut down?
It's been over 10 years, I think, right?
I was thinking longer. But
yeah, I think
honestly,
so.
I mean, they were in malls, and I stopped going to malls a million years ago.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wasn't really all that close to paying attention to that.
No, I still go to malls, but yeah, it's been a while, but I wasn't shopping in there very much. I mean, I love the store. I like to go look around, but some of the pricing for what I wanted, what I was doing at the time, I was really just a figure and comic collector. I wasn't doing original art, cells, which I do have in my collection now, and bigger statues and stuff. So we bought a collection, a sad story.
Well, just because the gentleman
he's passed away. Yeah. So a gentleman had worked in the Galleria across the hall from the WB store for years. And he collected stuff that he liked. And then what the family put together was that once the store started to close, he was able to go in, and they think possibly they just gave him a bunch of these scale statues that were display pieces that were out in the store, because we have no boxes. We have boxes for other figurines that we haven't put out yet. I got a 6-foot by 3-foot stack of stuff back there that's all unboxed. It's priced. We have nowhere to put it.
And he must have bought at least some portion of this. There's no way they just gave up the whole store.
No, and that's what I mean. You got those box figures.
But it was all on clearance.
And then you got all the, cells, Sarah and stuff like that, the art, the strips, the autographs. All of that had COAs. All of these figures came with certs too.
Yeah.
We don't have any of that. We don't have the boxes, all the figures. And for those that are listening only, sorry, you might want to go watch the video. We're going to put some of the shots of what we had up on the screen here. But, some great statues. Bugs Bunny. I took home Marvin the Martian and Canine.
Well, and Gossamer ran out of here.
There was a guy waiting here to pick it up for his daughter. I got here 15 minutes before I was ready to unlock the door that day. He was sitting in a parking lot already. So it ran out of here. A couple others did. We got a small portion of the collection. Oh, yeah. We got Scooby-Doo went. We've got a couple of Batmans.
The guy that bought Scooby-Doo was as excited to buy that piece as anybody I've ever seen buy anything in this shop ever.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, they're great statues, and he loves Scooby, I guess, And he's a nice guy, so I'm not saying anything bad about him.
Not at all. No,
but he, from what my understanding, because I was not in the store that day, he got very excited. So, we have a lot of statues. We got Daffy. We got, Speedy. We got
Bugs.
Yosemite, Taz, Bugs, another Bugs. There's so much stuff. And then
we still got Batman and Superman.
Yeah, there's 2 Batmans and a Superman. We got animated Batman. We got a classic Batman. And then we have it's a Neil Adams inspired statue with the chains breaking. From that classic cover. The issue is escaping me, but Superman, where he's breaking out of the kryptonite chains.
Well, and right here in front of us.
Oh yeah,
the bronze.
I'm going to come back to that. My point was, I called it Neil Adams inspired. That is definitely not a sculpt based on Neil Adams art, though. The design is there, but but it's one of the rare ones. So yes, back to the Bugs in front of us that's sitting on a shelf here that nobody can see, but we'll put a picture up. It's a bronze cast
on a marble
base, and it is Bugs Bunny sitting at a desk. It's called Animator Bugs, and he is drawing himself essentially, and it's all 3-dimensional. And the thing weighs 70 pounds, and it is super rare. And I mean, that was the thing with a lot of this stuff. Some of this stuff was so rare that it just doesn't come up for sale a lot.
Right.
So it took me a long time to sit down and just put values and prices to this stuff.
I looked that one up too, and there was no information out there. But what rings in my mind about that particular piece is as we were unloading this entire collection out of the truck.
I'm going to let you get that one.
It was it father and son?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, who came to deliver the collection was father and son.
Who had it was uncle?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Not uncle to the son that came. Dad was by marriage.
Okay. Well, anyway, we were unloading all of this. We had 2 different hand trucks. We were putting things on, bringing it into the store, and the old man goes to grab this piece from the front seat of the truck, and I saw him put his hands on it, and he started to lift and got about a half inch up and turns around to me and says, "I'm going to let you get that one." Right. And it was Animator Bugs, and I was expecting it to have the same heft as all the rest of these statues we were carrying in, and all these ceramics, they're big, but they're fairly lightweight. This one piece.
You felt something move when you picked it up. Whoa, I don't know about that one.
It's where I got my workout that day.
Yeah. So great collection, lots of art. We've sold some statues. We have really. I kind of expected this to almost be the other way. It's the cells, the art, the sign pieces. Those are flying out the door. Mm-hmm. So much so that I just put all this out Friday, I think.
Well, gosh, the one that went today, the Frizz Freeling autograph, I hadn't even seen that one, and it was out the door. I mean, I hadn't laid eyes on it until this guy's going, "I'm taking this one."
Right.
I don't know if I want the other ones, but this one's definitely going with me. And it's like, dang, that's... And I looked down and I said, "Is that a real autograph?" And he's like, "Yeah, I already read the cert. It says something on there." And I flipped the piece over and read it myself.
Yeah, we had two or three of those for his Freeling.
Well, and what it said on that cert was that he went through and had to accept each one of those cells as okay and then signed it. Yeah. And I that was a wow moment for me.
And that, you know what, did you notice that on a lot of those WB store COAs, they tell you not just what was limited. Like some of these pieces, it was like, we had number 49 out of 200 or 232 out of 250 and then 500, whatever. One thing I can appreciate about what they did was they would also tell you the artist proofs that were out there, the other plates, like they gave you all the countdowns so you knew exactly how many pieces might be out there in existence.
Hindsight being what it is, the WB store was so much cooler than we knew.
Yeah, and maybe that's it because, like I was in my teens and my early 20s when I was talking about going to malls and walking around. That's a very excellent point. I underappreciated it, I think, for what they did.
That's when I went to malls. We're talking 1990s.
Yeah.
And you know what I didn't have? Was any money to buy anything like that. You could walk through the store and you could appreciate the really cool stuff that was there, but at the time, I don't think we were able to appreciate what that actually was the way we do now.
Sure. So, and then that also leads to like trolls online. When I posted some of this stuff, we had a guy that was like, "Nobody's going to pay these prices." Apparently, you also don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because we sold 6 of them already.
Right. Like at that point, and that was, 4 days ago, and the stuff's only been out for 5 days. So, yeah, we've sold a lot of it. So you don't know what you're talking about. And that's the thing. I don't think people do when it comes to WB understand the collectability and how they did keep it limited.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like a Playmates thing where, you know, this is number 5 out of 3,500. You know, this is number 35 out of 250.
Or like a Playmates Star Trek. This is
that's
number
what I mean.
536 of 50,000.
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
I didn't mention Star Trek, but, you know, I would assume everybody gets that. So, yeah, WB collection was great. We have had some other stuff come in. Lots of stuff. We keep talking about that. Let's move on. So, another side subject. I guess this is what we were calling ready for all the smoke type of thing, but we're going to do it a little differently right now.
It's always all the smoke.
Yeah, it is. It's all the smoke.
We're trying to be reserved and not name names, but
yeah. So one thing that we get, this is the backside of the store, the business, you know, like backside. I don't know how to explain this. So many people are just like, man, you guys are living my dream. You're doing it. I wish I could do this. I wish I could take it on. You guys, you know, I wish I could play with funny books and toys all day. That's the thing I don't think people understand. We ain't freaking playing with this stuff.
No.
We're working. We're cleaning. We're processing. We're pressing books. We're bagging and boarding. We're like all kind. Here's my. You just spent 2 days going through a McFarlane multiverse collection.
Loose figures.
Everything was loose. All the accessories were everywhere.
Well, no,
just loose.
He came in with a bunch of multiverse figures in package, which were very easy to deal with.
Right.
But 75 to 80% of his multiverse collection was in a tub,
just
loose.
Dumped.
And all the accessories were in one Ziploc gallon
big
bag.
old freezer bag. Like, here you go. And that's the thing. You had to sit down and, oh, bejesus. If you have looked at Multiverse, how many times has McFarlane recycled the same character? So then you're looking today alone, when you were wrapping up.
Same mold.
You were wrapping up Batman Beyond. And same mold. One had a mouth, one didn't. But they came with so many different accessories between the two, and you had to decipher. So we have to sit down and look at that and put the work into it.
Well, to make sure it's right.
Yeah, because
I undid 3 different figures that I went back to when I realized I'd made a mistake, because I got another figure out of the tub and went, oh no, it's the same mold. And there's this slight difference.
And that's odd to me that you took that time, because anybody doesn't know, there has been a few times James and I have gone back and forth when I'm like, he's like, that background, that sword, that doesn't go to that figure, but I put them together because they look cool.
That's different, and
it looked cool.
Well,
and that's to the point.
Very seldom that happens.
There was one I was like, it was the legend figure.
Oh, what's his name with the big
horns from the movie and all that.
Yeah.
That. You're like, this background, that sword doesn't fit this figure. It doesn't come, but it was cool.
Dope.
It sat here for a week, and I was like, it does look dope. I'm taking it home.
I rarely ever do that. I try and make sure everything is 100% on the up and up, because inevitably, and you say this often, somebody's going to come in here and go, that doesn't match.
Right. That ain't what goes there.
And it's because, as hard as we nerd, there's guys that nerd harder with very specific things.
Well, and they're just like, that's awesome.
Well, we have to nerd across all the things we do, right? But there's guys that nerd on one thing, and when they come in,
you got me on a bonus point next. Go ahead.
Well, no, that's it. I mean, we don't want anybody to be able to call us out for being wrong.
Yeah, we want to be right.
We want to be right all the time, and we're human. We make mistakes, but we're trying to across the board all the time make sure everything is packaged up to the best of our abilities, and we don't always get every accessory for every figure. There may be stuff missing. We try to notate it, but it's just about being correct. I don't want to put incorrect things, but once in a while, a diorama and a figure just speak to me.
It just works.
It just works.
It just works. Yeah. So, the point of how this all started was we're not just sitting here having fun. We are working. Like,
all day, every day.
For real working.
Always be hustling.
Always grinding.
Yep.
Like, just move. We got to keep moving. And
it's what keeps the lights on.
It is. And it gets the bills paid. It gets everybody fed. And it keeps people moving in here and keeps the growth. And I don't think that some people, when they come in and they, here we go. All the smoke.
Oh, no.
All the smoke.
Here comes the smoke.
When you come in and think we're just going to be your buddies, like, I'm going to preface that a little bit. Like, we have made so many friends in the shop, and we are so friendly with everybody.
And we like to talk.
Occasionally, you get that guy that thinks, and we might have touched on this again prior, but you get that guy that just thinks because we sell Transformers, I know every Transformer, I know every variation, I know everything. Look, man, I can't retain all that ish. Well,
it's the point I just made a minute ago. We have to nerd on so many things. We can't nerd that hard on one thing.
Right. And I mean, honestly, for me, like, my passion is comics. It is comics.
Same.
Yeah. I love toys, but we have continuously had this conversation. I didn't grow up with money.
Yeah, right.
I had 2 Transformers in my collection. One of them was Cup. I'll repeat that. One of them was Cup. The lamest, it's like a Sea-Doo pickup truck, like jet ski. It's pointless. It was the worst. And G.I. Joes. I had 2.
Well,
I will, like, go ahead, sorry.
I got some for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I got some for Christmas. If I got some more, it's because I found them at the Goodwill when Mom took me to the Goodwill store.
Yeah.
Right? I mean.
Well, or then, like, my biggest, like, we talked about this recently. Like, I had a couple from all the big lines.
Yeah.
I had 2, I think I had 1 lion and 3 people from Voltron.
Right, no.
I didn't have multiple lions.
I had a blue lion.
Yeah, mine was green.
And Princess Allura.
Yeah,
and
I did. She was in there.
Well, no, I wanted a dude. Don't anybody take that the wrong way.
Well, you wanted a fighter.
I wanted Keith. I wanted a black.
Well,
I wanted a black lion.
Yeah. Rawr.
I mean, hell, who are we kidding? I wanted a whole Voltron. And you know what? I would have been okay with Allura because they whacked dude and put Allura in his place. But I wanted Voltron. I got 1 lion, y'all.
Yeah.
One lion.
That was your Cup.
And the funny thing is, I still have it.
Oh, that's great. That is.
It might even have like 1 accessory with it, like a swirling blade that fits on the shoulder.
Over the shoulder blades, yeah. So, I mean, I had a couple of those. And then, well, for me, like, my deepest toy line was, like, Superpowers and Secret Wars.
I had 0 of those, and I coveted them so hard. But the waves went by so quickly. And, like, the one figure I wanted was Wolverine.
Oh. And I had 2 Wolverines. I had the clip-on, like, the claws.
Was there a variant on that?
Well, they did like 7 editions of Wolverine over the years.
But for Secret Wars.
Oh, for Secret Wars.
That was the slide-on claws.
Yeah, I had that one.
The slide-on. Yeah. You had to.
So, and then a moment of shame. In the 7th grade, I had a buddy, and he was like, "We're doing a gift exchange, right? For Christmas, I guess." I was like, "I guess." I'm poor as... like, I'm going to find something. I gave him my Wolverine with slip-on claws, and he shamed me for it. He was like, "You give me this used toy." did you chew on these claws? I didn't chew on the damn claws. I promise you that. I don't know what even when he said it back then, I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't chew on those claws.
They were probably just bent.
Yeah, they're like, what are you talking about? And
they came out of the package bent.
This mofo gave me an ivory elephant. You know, like if you grew up in the south side of St. Louis, there were shops back then that would be resale shops and knick-knack tchotchke shops, and they would always have carved ivory. He gave me an elephant. He was like, I spent hard-earned money. I'm like, dude, we're in the 7th grade.
Was it real ivory?
I don't know.
And was it even still legal at that point?
I guess it was. I don't know if it was real ivory.
It sure as hell isn't.
It was
now.
a white stone carved out that probably would have looked great on top of a black light or something. You know, like just being ridiculous there. But I don't know. To this day, Mike Sherwin, you can take your ivory elephant and shove it.
Yeah, because I want the Wolverine
back. I want my Wolverine back, man. Like, so, you know, but the reason that I got so deep into those lines was because my dad was into comics. Oh, so man, if it was more superhero based, he was more, you know, inclined.
Well, because he got it.
Yeah, he got it. He didn't get Transformers. He didn't get G.I. Joe. He didn't get Motu.
He didn't get He-Man at all.
No. But
Wolverine,
Battle of the Planets. He definitely didn't get that stuff.
But he knew what Dr. Doom was.
Yeah. Spider-Man, Iron Man.
Oh, and two Spideys in the same line in different waves. Mm-hmm. That black suit Spidey is elusive to everybody to this day, especially on card.
Yeah, for sure. I got 2 Kangs sitting in the case over there.
Well, I mean,
nobody cares about that figure anymore.
Well, yeah, but my love for that line that I never had one figure of as a kid, that's why I have a carded Dr. Doom hanging at my desk in the back that nobody ever sees. And
we can be honest, it's a re-glue.
Yeah.
But it looks good.
It looks good, and that's all I needed was for it to hang on the wall. So I
wall candy.
Oh, my goodness. Dr. Doom, favorite villain, all time.
Likewise.
Period.
Victor.
And Secret Wars, #1, it was cheesy.
Hey, stop tapping that damn cable.
It's the wire. It's the wire.
It's your hands.
Yeah, well, I took over for you, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
But anyway, that Dr. Doom, it called out to me, and that's why it hangs here. I'm not even taking it home. I'm here so much, I might as well enjoy.
Sure.
You know. Sure. So somebody, you know, you want to make us real happy?
Bring us some Secret Wars figures.
Show up with a box full of carded Secret Wars figures,
or just come by my Tower of Doom that's been sitting here for far too long. It's sealed in box.
Do you know how much I covet that? I'm not going to do it.
You even get an employee discount. You're still not doing it.
Because I have no room.
Well, that might change.
Here or at home.
Yeah. That's going to change. Congratulations, by the way. We're going to...
Oh.
My man just had some life-changing stuff happen today, so we're going to congratulate him.
Uno mas.
He is starting his life over in a new free man. And cheers. So let's not get depressing. But then you go back to that Superpowers line.
Oh.
And I just put out, like, it's one of the hardest figures for me that I've seen over the years to be clean on card is the Wonder Woman.
Oh, well, just the whole line in general, but especially that last wave.
Yeah. But then you get this, like, they phoned it in for Wonder Woman. You get this derpy figure, and then they're like, you get a lasso of truth, and it's gold thread, like, wrapped up in the blister, and it's just kind of like, we couldn't have got something a little better.
But you know what? With all those McFarlanes I just went through, right? The whole multiverse tub, left over somehow was a lasso of truth, and it is a single molded piece
Oh, just like hard plastic
Yeah,
mold.
it doesn't even unwind. You can't wrap it around anybody. You can't.
All right, so Toy Biz was doing it better than McFarlane. Imagine that.
Well, it wasn't even Toy Biz. Those were Superpowers. Was
That's
Kenner.
Mattel.
It's Kenner.
It's Kenner. Sorry.
Same people that did Star Wars.
Again, it's almost 10 o'clock, guys. Sorry.
They did phone it in with Superpowers because the molds were funny, the accessories were funny, the last wave was ill chosen. I mean, even the first few waves, the characters that they chose.
It was like James Gunn was directing the toy line at that point.
Well, with high hopes, yeah.
Right. Let's bring out these B and C list characters.
But thinking back to
But you did have the Penguin. The Penguin with that big umbrella.
Oh gosh.
It was like they were like, screw everybody else and their accessories. We're giving the Penguin the cane umbrella at that time.
But as a kid, I must have known something because Secret Wars was there at Walmart.
Yeah.
Superpowers was there at Walmart. And as much as I loved all those superheroes and wanted those figures, I looked in and I saw Wolverine with his clip-on claws and his shield.
Walmart. Where did you live?
It was my grandmother would take me to Walmart in Jerseyville, Illinois, and she would
I don't even think the Super Walmart in Festus was open at that time here in Missouri.
I promise you, they had a small Walmart.
See, all of mine came from Venture and Grandpa's.
In Grandma and Grandpa's little tiny town. And she would give us a certain amount of money. She would drive us there. She would she would sit in the little tiny cafeteria, drink Walmart iced tea, and smoke cigarettes because you could still smoke inside at the time. And she would give us the money and just let us go. I'd be like 6. And she'd just be like, here you go. Go get what you want. So I'd go to the toy aisle. They would have that Superpowers. They would have that Secret Wars, but they also had Joe's, and they had Motu, and they had Star Wars. And apparently I made my choices because G.I. Joe somehow, with all its articulation, won over those crappy Superpowers and Secret Wars figs.
I think my dad actively would be like, G.I. Joe has too many accessories, play sets, vehicles. We're going to move you off of this line. Hey, look at this one over here that's a little cheaper.
Yeah.
And we can get you a couple of them and put you in a happy place. Like, Joe is that one line, like out of all of them, that I just don't like. I don't have a lot of collecting memories of. I didn't have those. And again, just because I got a few of them. The one that was so dope and I had multiples of was Mask.
Oh, see, I had 0 Mask.
Oh, see.
I watched it. I loved it. I had none.
I think my dad was like, this mixes G.I. Joe and Transformer for you. So here's one line. You can get 6 of them. You know, I had that teal 57 Chevy. I had Matt's, I think it's Matt.
Matt Tracker.
Yeah, the motorcycle helicopter.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Matt drove the gull-wing door Camaro or whatever, right? Yeah. So I think I also had that. I also had crazy stuff.
Tell me you had a T-Bob.
I am not sure on that.
T-Bob and Scott.
I want to punch T-Bob in the face. I do, but well, I'm not sure on that.
That's another podcast topic right unto itself.
The sidekicks, the little
who's the
Orko, T-Bob,
Snarf.
There's another one, the little T-Bag from GoBots, whatever his name was.
The other day with Scott, I said BDBD.
Snarf.
Well, but it's a Twinkie from Buck Rogers.
Oh yeah. Well, you're going back before our age.
Way back, yeah.
Yeah, back before our time.
BDDD.
So then that leads me to then there was crazy stuff that would happen. Like there was one thing I had was I guess it was a bootleg Dukes of Hazzard General Lee.
Bootleg.
The Maverick. You've seen the Maverick at my house. It's not a Charger, right? Challenger, Charger. It's a Maverick with, that flag on it. And
I'm sure he could jump the creek too.
I don't know. Maverick might be a firebomb. Who knows? It was the 80s, 70s, 80s. Stuff was crazy. But I remember I played with that damn thing so much that the axles broke and a wheel fell off. And then somehow, I had this thing for a year and a half, so it definitely wasn't in the store
Did
anymore.
It have the Rebel flag on it?
It had that flag is what I was saying. Yeah, it had that flag.
Too funny that you played with that as much as you did then.
Yeah, well.
Nobody knew.
Yeah, nobody knew back then. And so I drove the wheels off this thing, essentially. And one day my dad comes home with a replacement. And I'm like, what?
The same exact thing?
This thing is such a POS. Yes. This was a single plastic molded car.
He went back to the same store.
I think he found it at a yard sale.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, something like that. And doors don't open, steering wheel doesn't move. Nothing functions in this thing. There's not even plastic for the glass.
But the wheels turned, right?
The wheels turned. And I could go, whoa, ha ha, catch me, boss hog. And I did repeatedly. And I went through 2 of those in my childhood. And now, as a 46-year-old man, I've had it for 7 years or so. I still have one sitting on a shelf.
The same exact one.
Same exact bootleg Maverick.
Did that walk in here?
No,
that's older.
That one predates the shop. That one and possibly my A-Team van also predates the shop that I have.
Because we have apparently 2 sets of Bow and Duke.
I'm not sure. We talked about that. We have the Mego 3 3/4 Bow and Duke.
Because there was one that I bought in that Star Wars.
Yeah, that's where I pulled them from.
Okay.
So we have one set.
We have one set then.
But then I do have the die-cast, fully operational, vintage, the bubble. So that was one of those, and we have some right there like Corgi does it, where you have that top and side bubble window on the carded box, and the die cast is in there.
Yeah. It's
broke, smashed, but it's still new and packaged, but that bubble is not perfect.
Attached.
Not it's screwed, to be honest. It's bad. It's bad. So, it's still a nice piece, but that kind of brings it down. But just to see it like that.
Is it the one that is made to fit the scale of the 3 3/4 figures on the inside?
Yeah.
We should open it and put the figures in it.
Well, then we're going to have way too much fun, and Boss Hog is going to be looking for
Roscoe
us.
P. Coltrane.
Roscoe. Woo! I can't remember the Basset Hound's name.
No.
I can't pull that one out. We can pull some crap out from back in the day. Can't remember. Oh, it'll come to me.
Yeah, I could put my Daisy Dukes on and we can
So
play.
we are going to start a GoFundMe for everybody so that we don't have to see that. And
There it
keep
is.
that off the internet.
There it is.
Yep. Pay me not to see James and Daisy Dukes.
I've threatened it a few times, When nobody comes into the shop, it's time to start making a video with the Daisy
I'll put
Dukes.
you on the corner. You can start working and drive business in here, and we can do that.
Or drive it away.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, again, charity box to, not see that. So I think we have rambled on enough tonight. I had so much more I wanted to talk about, but that's why we're going to keep doing this
Every week.
Yeah,
There's always next week.
Hopefully next week we don't go through the crap we went through to get this one done. We've really been smooth sailing up until tonight, and
Well, our producer introduced a kink.
yeah, So yeah, we started looking at things, and that caused some issues and all kinds of stuff. So we're all right.
Well, hell, who am I kidding? He's not a producer. We're the producers.
Yeah, the editor.
He's the editor. And oh, Lord have mercy. Everybody in the world that ever does any kind of art of any form needs a really good editor. And we're lucky to have him.
Yeah, for sure.
But he made us worried.
He did make us worried, and we have some questions. But I think we're fine, and we're going to keep plugging along. And that's it, guys. Thanks.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us. If you're still here at the end of this video.
Yeah, and we're probably going to start adding this at this point when these videos come in, but go like, subscribe, smash buttons, all
Lord.
that stuff.
Don't say smash.
Smash the like button and subscribe.
Hulk smash.
And, hopefully eventually somebody wants to sponsor us, drinks,
sweats, yeah,
supplies, something, product, anything. I got an empty glass. That's bad luck. Screw it. I'm all in. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time for the obligatory ask that you go like, subscribe, and share so that we can keep doing this.